What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Warhammer 40K Sanctus Reach. My name is Splattercat. We've got a couple actions left to take, and I'm really sort of trying to decide if I want to have a couple more people reinforce this side and sort of abandon this fuster of Clucks over here. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it. We got Melta guys over here. I'm going to move them in right there. Fire your shots. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. I mean, it's Melta guns versus non-vehicular targets. Melta guns are designed for killing vehicular targets, so unfortunately, probably not going to be the best thing we've ever orchestrated. Make sure that your reaction arc is over there. I may be making a mistake by splitting my troops like this. It's definitely possible. But we need to shake their morale a little bit more. There we go. Let's get them down to panic. They're just so good at soaking damage is the problem. Like, they have so much HP. Then again, our goal here, which you have to remember so that you don't become wolf demoralized, is that our goal is not really to kill everything. Our goal is just to wait out the game and hold our victory points. So, oh good, they were able to push through on a weird side of the map. Where did they come from? I'm not sure what just happened right there, but I'm not a fan of it. Did they come from that side, or were they up there the whole time? God. No, he's going to stay on him, huh? He's going to stay wicked. All right, that's cool. I feel like I probably should have gone for heavier armor here, given the dedication the enemy had to, like... The enemy really dedicated to infantry. I think a few more twin-linked bolters would have really been an asset in this fight. I think it would have worked out really well. Oh, those knobs are still attacking, huh? Aren't they demoralized? I thought they had no morale left. Well, there you go. 62 HP away. He's taking 3 damage and then 15. That's not too terrible. There we go. Return fire on that side. If we can kill off their unique over here, I can take these swift claws and drive them back over to this side. And that'll help give us the last little vestiges of a resistance so that we can finish this all off. Let's see. Next unit. Toggle tactical display. Yeah, that would probably be useful. I probably should have found that a little bit sooner. I'll probably do that. Detailed unit info. We're about to lose Frostolfer. Little bummer, but it's okay. I think we're doing all right. It could be worse. But yeah, I thought their morale was busted. I thought maybe that's a different group though. Maybe it was the the Gretchen aren't really capable of hurting me that badly. That, on the other hand, is a bit more concerning. But we're going to have them press this way on the next turn. Yeah, because we're getting a little bit wolf spread thin. Alright, so you guys. Give us a chainsword attack on this side. Do the same thing. We need their unique to go down. There we go. So we've killed off their Squig Rider. That buys us a little bit more time as far as getting into combat goes. Let's go ahead and chainsword them. We're going to try and run them off this point over here. There you go. So we've taken the point back. They've still got quite a bit of movement left. As do they. So let's move these guys first. Hopefully to there. That gives him a smooth runway. He's going to eat some fire, but he's going to kind of sort of have to. Because we need him back on our other side. I shouldn't have brought the Melta guys, but I wasn't sure what the enemy's composition was going to be. So, like, if they had brought one vehicle and I didn't have any Melta weapons, I'd be in really, really serious trouble. We're going to reroute to this side. We're going to flame out these dudes to try and get their morale taken care of. It's kind of a waste to have flamer units on something like that, but what are you going to do? Unload on them, see if you can hurt them a little bit. Ooh, bad shot right there. Real bad shot. On this side. Oh, they're broke. Are they broken? Something's happening here. You fight knobs on this side. We don't have much of a choice. And every single one of them that you defeat makes our lives a little bit easier. Also, if you've got abilities that are not on cooldown... Ugh. May have used the wolf howl a little prematurely. Just whack him with the Crozius, I guess. We'll try to drop him on the next turn and blunt this assault. There we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If we can get them up and out of our wolf ass crack, that would be amazing. And so that breaks them out of combat now so that they can go in and actually start fighting again too. I'm going to send them up to deal with these shooters just because I don't like having units on weird sides of me. You guys get in right here. Try to give them a run. There it is, and so that unit gets wiped out. Him right there, yeah, get into combat with him. I mean, he's a melee combatant, so this might not work out well for us, especially with the counterattack. But better than nothing. You guys already used up your attack right there. Man, I'm getting a little bit wolf stressed right now. That was a little bit closer. I mean, we played that game. The point spread was a little bit closer on that fight than I would like. Let's bring this over to here. We'll keep the pressure on them. And the goal for now is to keep them inside of combat, because it looks like if you have melee units on top of a shooting unit, they can't really do much except for exchange point-blank fire. It's really kind of their only option. Not a ton of opportunities to get after him right there, but we seem to have rolled okay. I mean, we did like 40, 50 damage. It'll add up over time when your character only has 220. That turn went a lot better than I expected it to. That turn went solidly. Before this turn, I kind of felt like we were losing. After this turn, I feel like we're doing a bit better. Whoa, what was that? You throw a grenade or something? I'm not sure what just happened right there. He did something, though. He did something that I don't appreciate and killed off one of my bolter units. Yeah, I was going to say, please tell me you guys are going to return fire, because they're kind of in a position right now where if they get shot back, that's all kinds of bad business for them. I think the loss of one of their HQs or whatever, too, is kind of a... It's a gnarly hit to take. I don't think that they want to sit too long on that lossage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really... This side of the field is no longer a massive concern. Instead, what I would recommend is maybe if I can get him to right there, they might be able to twin link those guys. And they can indeed. And that twin link is really going to help out right here. Unless they don't hit at all. And then it's not really going to help. They're broken, so they really can't do anything anyways. So they're just going to sit there and get gnawed upon by the mighty teeth of Lehman. Well, there it is. Move them to there. And now that they're done with their engagement along the north side, we'll go ahead and unload onto these knobs. Knobs are not good business. Knobs are usually pretty bad for you. He's got his heal back up and ready to go, so healing solution on yourself. That's a really great ability, by the way. It just allows him to outpace enemies that don't have similar... It's really, really good. Ooh. Nasty turn. Good lord, they are falling apart right now. But yeah, that heal allows him to just sit there and tank things like forever and just keep healing himself over and over and over again. It's not bad. It allows you to use him as a tank, which, you know, I'm happy with. I accept it. There we go, and we've killed off their other HQ. I would then move to here and maybe put some fire on those shooter boys just to teach them a lesson about messing with the Sons of Lehman. Not to be confused with the Sons of Lemon, obviously. The Sons of Lemon. They work in a TV network or something like that. I don't know. I heard they have like Baldwin links or something. I'm not really sure. It's a confusing world we live in. Move to there, then to there to avoid getting... oh, man. Hold on. What happened over here? Oh, there's still a little grot squad over there. Damn it. Wasn't expecting there to still be a little grot squad left. Wonder what happens when they level up. It seems like it's pretty difficult to level up one of these squads. Like, they've only gotten 170 XP, and they've been in this campaign for a bit. You guys got any movement left? Yeah, not enough to be worth it. Go ahead and put some pressure on him then, even though they got no actions left. Make him suffer. Is there anyone else? No, there's no one else who's been left unmoved. Oh, that's very, very cool. So I can actually take a look at this. He's got twin link shots. Okay. And then if I wanted the detailed tactical display, oh, that's way better. That makes me feel much better. I actually like that a lot. I was under the impression that some of these trees and things, they are giving me cover. So what's the difference with this right here? Oh, that's like really, really, really good cover then. That's like the dope shiggity cover. Well, that tree counts. How come these trees aren't counting? Maybe it's from the perspective of who I have selected? Ah, it is. Okay. Makes sense now. I'm going to play with that turned on when I need it. I can display that with the... looks like the tactical display is on the 1 key. Yeah. Looks good to me. I love Slitherin. They always think of everything. This battle is basically over unless they come up with like 1,000 points worth of units out of nowhere. I think they really could have taken me to task right here by using the Gretchens in cover on this side, which is what I thought they were going to do. And that ended up not being the case. What I thought was going to happen is they were going to try and draw me out with this melee guy, or at least rush my position while pelting me with fire from random bolter guns on that side, random shooters. But it didn't go down like that. I do think the Flamer unit is by far probably one of the most robust and important units in the game. Just his ability to demoralize and eliminate enemy morale just en masse if they group up. It's a nice thing to have. So there it is. The Knob Swarm over there has finally been dealt with. This Bolter Pack right here, they ended up leveling up. That's very cool. With you guys, I'd like you guys to get a kill over here somewhere. So you know what? You guys go mess with the... no! Line of sight is blocked. It's the last turn anyways. Who gives a shit? Let's finish them off real fast. You know what? I'm going to let you guys eat the fire because I don't care. It's not going to affect anything anyways, and this kill right here might make you level up. It did make you level up. Fantastic. If we've killed all the enemies on the map and there's none remaining, do I win? I would assume that I do. Yeah, you can run away all you want, but it's not going to work. So there it is. We've actually wiped out the enemy as far as I know. Yeah, there's nobody left on the battlefield. I guess that's an alternate victory right there. An alternate wolf victory. I guess our wolves were on their lunchtime today. That's what it comes down to with a lot of like the wolf marines, is that you've got to make sure you feed them properly. If you don't feed them properly, they perform terribly. But if you make sure they've got like a nice wolf lunchbox that's full of like wolf, you know, tasteful wolf sundries, they do pretty well. They killed off one of my units. They killed off one infantry unit. Went pretty well. My commander, I killed 2 commanders right there, so that's pretty good. Level up. So our Grey Hunter Bolter Pack, they've got Hellfire ammo now. That's pretty solid. This Bolter Pack over here got Metal Storm Frag ammunition. I would assume that that turns their guns in some ways into kind of instead. So what a bolter is, if you're not into Warhammer 40K, a bolter gun is basically an automatic rocket launcher. Just it fires basically like water bottle. You ever seen like the half-liter like Diet Pepsi bottles? It fires those basically automatically. Just and they explode on impact. And so you can do all kinds of stuff. My assumption is that the frag ammo will make it so it's sort of like flak. They fire it and explodes before it hits the target using some kind of, I don't know, air burst or something like that. And then it just frags everything around them. So we've done a pretty good job. We've taken a good little chunk of land. We've still got the acid woods in front of us, though. I'm going to start pressing this way so that we've got this territory surrounded. And then we'll wipe it out. Let's go ahead and select it. All right, Space Wolves and Orc Armies hold positions in the west. A clash over key central locations is inevitable. The objective for both sides is to control the most VPs until the turn limit runs out, obviously. I was hoping there'd be a little bit more storyline in the game, but then again, given the fact that it's Slitherin, I thought there'd be like maybe some cutscenes and things like that. I like the storyline I like the storyline that is contained inside the Warhammer 40K universe, just like the little narrative that follows these struggles, like the reasons why we have to take over X objective or Y objective. Okay. So, Space Wolves and Orc armies, my guess is that the Orcs are probably going to be somewhere over here then. We're going to start out somewhat surrounded, and we're going to have to decide what way we really want to plunge through and hit the enemy. I think that Blood Claws are going to be important for that. They're really, really good for running people up off points and just taking them even though the point is surrounded. Objective for both sides, yeah, east respectively. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is the way we're going to have to set this up is in kind of a J formation with the bottom of the J, or a candy cane formation, whatever you want to call it. Sort of like that right there, where we're holding right here. It kind of depends what objectives are down on this side. I'll have to take a look. So as far as our VPs go, they actually haven't lit up the VPs yet. Okay, it's a 1,600 point battle. I'm going to leave the Melta guns behind this time around because last time they were basically useless. They did like nothing for me, and they cost a lot of points. I can't imagine the enemy's going to be bringing in a ton of armor just yet. So instead, I was really, really pleased with the way the Swift Claws went through. So instead of that, I am going to take a Swift Claw squadron. Instead of taking Grey Hunter Melta gun pack, I'm going to take both Swift Claw squadrons. They did really, really well last time, and I felt like they were a way by which I could rapidly and tangibly change fronts on which I was fighting and reinforce at the drop of a hat, basically. If I found that I was overwhelmed on one side, it only took them 2 turns to get to the complete and total other side of the map, so they could reinforce very, very well. I'm going to take 2 Blood Claw packs, just like we did before, the ones that are most leveled. I'm going to take Stoffen Grimmer as a Grey Hunter, or as a Bolter pack. Eggle Redfist is pretty good. Eggle Redfist, however, what are you equipped with, Eggle Redfist? So Eggle Redfist got himself a Storm Bolter, possibly, or just a normal pattern Bolter. And he's got himself a Power Fist, it looks like, from this angle. Oh, it says right there. Power Fist, so we've got Piercing 80. Yeah, I mean, he's a decent combatant. His HP leaves something to be desired. I think that the Wolf Priest is actually better. The Wolf Priest's ability to just heal himself over and over and over again and make the enemy suffer is really something that I find to be super sexy, and I just like it a lot. We will take the Bolter packs, Rhino Transport we have enough points left over for, but really I'd like this to divide out evenly so that we end up with all of our points spent. There's no point having leftover points, unless the enemy has to adhere to that too. Normally there will be agreements at the table where if you can't fill in and you're sitting at like 960 or whatever, then again in tabletop there's a lot more options too. You would obviously take those points and use them to apply to like options and stuff for your models. So got 280 right there. We can take another Bolter pack. How many Bolter packs does that give me? We're sitting at 120 right now. Bolter pack, Bolter pack, Bolter pack. So we're sitting on 1, 2, 3. I do wish these were sorted better. I wish they were sorted by unit type instead of just being all over the place. I'd like it if, like, at the top you had, like, 5 packs of Bolters, 3 packs of Meltas, 2 packs of Flamers. It just make them easier to find on the list. I think that would be something that adding a little tab right here that just sorts them top to bottom alphabetically work perfectly fine. Also, a sort by unit value would probably be pretty cool. We could get a second Flamer pack with the 120 we have left, and Flamer is never a bad decision tactically. They don't do a ton of damage, but they basically take a huge grip of the enemy out of combat by nature of just bottoming out their morale. So I'll take that. Sure. So from what the enemy told us, the Orcs already have control of that over there. We're going to be hitting hit from both sides. I'm going to have one of you guys over here. One of you guys over here. I'm going to say Furlag. Can I not deploy that far across the field? Oh, really? Oh, that's uncontrolled. That's why. I thought that that was... Oh, they start with one of the points. That's a little terrifying. Okay. Well, I mean, I could put a Bolter pack right there. What's the closest I can get a Bolter pack on that side? So there you go. We'll keep them somewhat juiced up in the middle somewhere. We'll put a Bolter pack right here just to hold that point. We'll actually... I'm going to swap them. We'll go you guys right there. We'll go you guys right there. Flamer pack. Stay in it to win it. As far as Furlag goes, we'll have him up in there somewhere. Another bolter pack on this side. I don't think we would be remiss to think that a bolter pack over here would probably help out a little bit. A little bit of ranged gunfire that we can throw on the enemy, but I don't want to spread too thin because they said that the enemy was going to come from this direction too, and that concerns me. I don't really like that much. This is not like a pitched front battle. They said that the enemy could come from the west as well. So that means right about the time I get settled, it's possible we could get hit from every side, and it's just going to be ugly on the face of the whole thing. Do I have anybody left? Just do one quick sweep real fast to make sure I haven't left anybody wolf behind, and then we'll get started. Would you looky there, they did bring vehicles this time around, and now I feel as though I've played the fool. Well, that's no bueno. Obviously, you guys could fire back, right? Damage potential's pretty high on those. Let's assume for a moment he's counting as in cover too. That's the big problem. Yeah, twin link him. We don't really have much of an option. So there you go. Just hurt the little bastard if you can. Do we just get the one action? Oh, you gotta click on the unit himself. That's a little unfortunate. I really don't want them where they're at right now. Can you flamer that thing? Let's rally slightly. I've got to get that helicopter out of here. That thing's a high point value vehicle, and the longer we leave it in, the worse it's gonna hurt us. So there you go. Woo! That thing went down with a bang. On this side, we got Burna Boys right there. I'd be okay with... Oh, his movement points are all used up. Alright. Can't make that shot right there. Can't really do much else on that side. Let's go ahead and kill off the tactical display. I'm going to set a reaction arc on that side. You guys... set a reaction arc that way on the Burner Boys. We're not going to have much of an option. Get them into cover right there, I guess. We will set their actionable arc up to be that way. I'm going to sweep these gents on this side to try and take that point right there. The nice thing about this is that the enemy is going to be kind of spread thin as well, just trying to get after all these various objectives that we have available. And the AI doesn't seem super good at focusing on like any one thing. So it may work out for us in the end. We got Orc Boys over there. Will I have line of sight from right there? I will not. So we're going to have to play this a little differently. Go ahead and fire on the war buggy. You know, teach that thing that it made a mistake by overextending itself. I don't know if you can melee a war buggy. But I'm going to move them to right there. I assume from their current position... Oh, really? Their line of sight counts as blocked. Okay. Well... I was hoping we could fire through those windows right there, but I guess you can't. So whatever. Get rid of the war buggy. And so there it is. We've got one less vehicle that's messing with us. Rex should provide cover if this follows the same rules as Warhammer 40K Tabletop. Rex should be available for the provision of cover in the long term. We can't fire around that tree either. Well, that's just a disappointment. I suppose I could move to there. And we can just start unloading on them from this side, but that means we got no cover, which worries me. That Hellfire ammo is doing work right now. Hellfire ammo doesn't give a damn. Which is good. So they still have 5 move points left. Unfortunately, we're actually a little bit trapped behind our own lines right now. my suggestion would be I'm going to send him over here to capture this point for now. These guys, I'm going to get them into a position where they got shooter boys right there. They still haven't shown off their HQs either, although they may have spent more on vehicles this time around, but losing their vehicles on the first turn, that's bad juju. That's real bad juju. That's a game that's not going well for somebody. My name is Splattercat. We're out of time for the day. This game is called Warhammer 40K Sanctus Reach, where we take control of the Sons of Lehman Russ and run up on the enemy, just unleashing all kinds of DACA, although we don't call it DACA. We call it Righteous Fire, because calling it DACA would be heresy, unfortunately. Someday they'll make a game where I can play the orcs. Someday. Maybe I can do it in this game in multiplayer. That'd be super rad. That would be my favorite, and maybe we'll check that out in one of the skirmishes at some point. But for now, we're playing the campaign where we are shooting the shit out of some of them green boys from space. I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you for stopping on by. Farewell, everybody.